guys, thanks for tuning in. This is OPTIBOTIMUS coming with another video review. And finally today we're going to be taking a look at the combined form of the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Superion. As you can see, I have all the various figures actually in the configuration that I like. If you need to know how to get them into different ones, I want to encourage you to go back and check out my original videos on each individual character. Like for example, we have Fireflight, or Firefly, whatever you want to call him, in his arm mode, because that's how I choose to have Fireflight. If you want to have him as a leg, you can do it, and the instructions are there for you in case you need them. But this is the configuration that I particularly like. Now, looking at the torso section here, you can see that what you have are basically spring-loaded little bits that grab hold of the actual connector port. And it's really kind of cool. It's got a little tiny lip on the underside here that you can kind of make out, that when you take this, and I'm going to put it the correct way, you slide it forward and you can see that that little spring-loaded section comes down. Now it's rounded there, so it's easy to come off, but once you have it on there, it's not going to slide off. So doing that for all the figures, just sliding that in just like so. There you have him with his legs. And coming up here to the top, here we have Fireflight or Firefly, whatever you want to call him. You slide it down just like so. And again, you got the exact same type of connector bit right here with the spring-loaded section that locks things into place. And there you have Alpha Bravo, or eventually it will be Slingshot once I get that. But you slide it down, and boom, there you have the one and only Superion, and he's really quite impressive. I mean, coming back here to take a look at the overall size, bringing in a couple other figures so you can get an idea of how big he is. Here he is next to the original classics, the Starscream, a mold that a lot of people are familiar with, and a more recent Leader class figure. As you know, Silverbolt is a Voyager, so bringing in a Leader, you can really see just how big this is. And then of course, well, we have Power Glide, which he's part of it, so I might as well bring him in here as well. But you can see really big and very strong presence to this actual toy. I really do dig it. And no comparison would be complete unless I brought in my fairly dilapidated G1 version. And as you can see, huge difference as well. In case you guys are noticing, yes, that is a different head. That's the Crazy Devi one. I do keep it because I like the fact that his eyes light up. That's really about it. But I mean, it's really loose and floppy. But as you can see, this was the original configuration for him. The jets were actually always meant to be backwards. Now you could reverse them, but in every image that we ever saw as kids, in terms of the actual cartoon as well as the toy, they were all reversed. Why they did it that way, I don't know, but it's the preferred look for me. So honestly, all I do is rotate these around just like so. You come around here to the back, you have to loosen this up, kind of detach that, but it can still stay there. And then you can take the hand here and you can actually tuck it down and you can line that up just like so. Do that on this side as well. Lift that up, rotate right there, tuck that down, put that right up there, and then rotate his feet to the frontal configuration. And this is how I choose to have my Superion look. I honestly do think it looks much better like that. It might just be because I'm so used to Superion looking like this, that's what I want to see, but also in terms of the aesthetic look, I just think it looks better. Now, it does limit some of the articulation. In doing that, he no longer has a knee joint, but really, I mean, I'm just gonna have him standing there anyhow, so it doesn't bother me. Now, for his articulation, as big as this is, he's really very well articulated. The head will look left and right, so you get a nice range of motion there. You do got the rubber antenna, which does kind of stink. The shoulders here rotate all the way around, nice heavy ratchet joints, so they hold up there very strongly. They move in and out as well. Depending on the way that you configure the arms, like I said, this is how I do it. You can position a little bit differently. I mean, you can also collapse this up, limiting the actual elbow joint. This way, he's kind of got like a double elbow joint. You can shorten these arms and make them come up a little bit better. I think it looks perfectly fine. I shouldn't say look a little bit better. I mean, a little bit more proportion with the arms a little bit higher up. But for me, I don't mind it. I don't think it really looks all that bad. He unfortunately doesn't have a waist articulation joint or anything like that. The hips here move forward, they move back, they move in, they move out. I guess you could say that he's got a knee joint up here if you want to use that as a knee joint, or if you do have this reversed around, this section here does bend. These do rotate. I wish there was a little bit of pivot in it so that you can get wider poses, something like that, and actually have, well, you can't see it, but actually have his feet more on the ground. As they are, they're kind of bent outward like that, which kind of stinks. And then as I guess, again, you have the rotation here. It will just pop out, but you got a little bit of fingers there as well. Bringing in actually Silverbolt's gun, having it in this combined form, you got a peg right here that you just take this and probably slide, well, maybe slide it there, I guess. And that's so, I mean, seriously, I think this guy looks really terrific. I don't know why people, you know, hate on this so much without actually seeing it, but I really do think that they did a great job with him. The size is very, very imposing. The articulation is wonderful. The design look is great. The way that the connecting bits actually work is far better than anything that we've gotten before. I mean, you look at some of the power core combiners or even the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus, those connections were not very sound. These really are. And I just, in general, think this guy is terrific. And there's just so many options in terms of what you can do with them. I am really looking forward to actually getting the slingshot, which is a repaint here of Fireflight or Firefly. So you are basically going to have the same arm, but it is going to be colored differently to actually look like Slingshot. So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't mind having Alpha Bravo, but for me, I want that G1 look. I understand why Alpha Bravo is here, and I respect it, and I think it's cool, but I want Slingshot, and I'm very happy that they're going to be giving us collectors that figure in the future. But beyond that, there he is, guys. It's the one and only Superion. Combiner Wars is off to a terrific start, and I cannot wait to get more. If you are interested in picking this up, Wave 1 is all out, and Wave 2 is slowly starting to come out, which includes the actually air raid. So to complete the look, you do need that Wave 2 figure, but like I said, they're either out or they're slowly trickling out. So good luck and happy hunting. But if you can't find them, there is always Big Bad Toy Store as an option for you. So all you have to do is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Big Bad Toy Store where you can pick up at least Wave 1 right now and Wave 2 shortly and be able to add this guy to your collection today. But beyond that, that's about it, guys. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been OPTIBOTIMUS. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/TeamBotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/OPTIBOTIMUS. Also, I'd encourage you to check out my new website at OPTIBOTIMUSreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, see what I have coming up for future release, and also get your very own OPTIBOTIMUS t-shirt. And finally, I'd also really appreciate it, guys, that if you like this review, don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.